doing today? I think we can do better than that. How y'all doing today? It's here for Chris. So, not to get ahead of myself, I've already started calling him Councilman Wyche. Right? Because, why not? I mean, he's going to be council member.
I gotta get the votes. There's so much work.
You just need one, and you got yourself.
It's hard to convince the wife.
Listen.
I know.
Listen.
I'm not right. I'm not sure.
Listen, I get it. You gotta see the black ink, right? The signature and all that. Well, listen. I came literally from committee, straight here, because I wanted to, and I unfortunately have to leave right after this to go to another event. But I wanted to come here to say a couple of words about this moment. When I ran for office back in 2016 and 2020, I can tell you that there was one constant, and it's this man that's dressed in blue and orange, was with me every step of the way. He may not recall, but we were up in Clintonville at 7, 8 o'clock at night. You remember this? You probably don't remember this. I do. I remember it. Knocking on doors to get signatures to get me on the ballot. And that same level of commitment was what he displayed getting himself on the ballot. Now, you do remember it being yourself.
I do knocking them doors.
There we go. So, I knew it was going to come. We always talk about, there's always a jaded sense of public service, right? People, for whatever reason, just don't believe in their politicians. And that's partly why I've kind of branded myself in a way to say I'm not a politician, I'm a public servant, because the work that we do literally changes the material conditions of people. And this man right here, even before deciding to run for office, I saw him at the State House advocating on behalf of kids. I saw him at the State House talking about ways in which we can better our communities. I saw him at the State House, having hard conversations, and he was unafraid. I never saw him flustered. I never saw him get mad. It was just a very strategic, focused view of what needed to be done. And oftentimes he would get what you got. You got what you wanted. I mean, most of the time, all the time. But I know he's going to take that same level of commitment into council, and to be another addition to this, what I believe is a great council cohort, including Nancy Day-Hackauer and President Shannon Hardin and Lourdes de Padilla. I just messed that up.
She's not here.
Oh my God, I just messed up her name. Barossa de Padilla. Did I say it right? There we go. And Nick Bankston, and just an amazing group of people who are all committed to making Columbus better. The one thing that I would say about Chris before I bring him up is, we talk about the Columbus way. And I think I'm not a city council member, but I know from what I've heard is that there's two distinctive realities about what Columbus is. There's folks who feel like they're part of the success of Columbus, and there's those who feel like they're being left behind. I will tell you, Chris will be the one and be one of the ones on council who will make sure that there's no voice left behind as we build a Columbus for all of us. And to know this person and to know his conviction, I know he's going to be a stellar leader for years to come. And so, I'm going to get off the stage, but when I do, I hope that you make the loudest applause ever for this man right here, who I know is going to change Columbus for the better. And so with that, I want to call up the next councilman of District 1. Just want to make sure I had that right.
We're going to talk about that in a second.
Okay, District 1. Chris Wyche, y'all.
It's nice to bring the kids because I don't got to be up here by myself. Dontavius, thank you. I'm sorry, Assistant Minority Leader Dontavius Garros. Please give him another round of applause. It's funny, if you would ask me 10 years ago, hey, do you want a mentor to kind of help guide your career and what you do? I would have said, hell to the no. I didn't feel like it was something I needed. I wanted to kind of shape my own career. 10 years later, struggling in the mud, you learn there are some key people who, regardless of age, can serve as a mentor in your life and help guide you and point you in the right direction. And you should always reach out and grab them and hold on to them as much as possible because it's just going to continue to drop gems. This man is a mentor in my life, although I'm probably old enough to be his daddy. I do appreciate all of his support, so thank you.
I think your manners off, but okay.
I'm sorry, before I thank anybody else, to my wife, please stand up and give her a round of applause.
There we go.
She swore she wasn't going to stay on the spotlight and then came up on the stage just like that. But thank you for all that you do. We started this journey probably almost a year ago to the date, meeting with folks, kind of positioning myself to kind of run for this seat and guard against anyone else who might try to run against me. And so there's a lot of sacrifice involved. I got little kids. As you can see, they're very active. And not being able to take them everywhere I go means I have to depend on my partner to do this. So I would not be here without her. Literally, she brought me to the city of Columbus. So if you don't like me as a council member, blame her in the future, because she did. But please, give her a round of applause for just being here. And for everyone else, and I'm not behind the podium because I want to say this from my heart because I truly mean it. We say all the time it takes a village to raise children. That is very true. Ask someone with a kid, they know the village that they go to when they need support. The reality is, it takes a village to literally do anything. Whether you are starting a new business, starting to advance your career, or running for office, if you do not have a village to support you, to be there, to knock doors, to contribute, to make phone calls, you will not be successful. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here, for your contributions, those who have already been out on the field, knocking doors, talking to residents. This doesn't happen without you. So thank you very much. Please give yourselves a round of applause because it's all due to you down here. So the simple question that people ask is why? Why are you running for office? And for me, the answer is rather simple. I love this city. I love what we are today. I love what we can be in the future. I know Columbus as an opportunity city, one that works hard to be the best place to live, work, and grow. I've experienced that opportunity firsthand. I got educated in the region, advanced my career, met my soulmates, started a family, bought our first homes, even started a small business. But sadly, not all of our residents feel that way. Some see a city that they feel has forgotten about them because they live on the outer edges of the city. Some see a housing market that stands in the way of planting roots. And worse yet, some see a city that would rather lock them up than invest in them. Now, we all know the truth is somewhere in the middle on all of those issues. The city has done a good job in trying to address the concerns of our residents. Reimagining public safety, investing in affordable housing, the Columbus Promise, shout out to NLC, and literally working to bring the city to our neighborhoods. Now, I've yet to see them come north of 161, so hopefully when I'm on council we can change that, but at least they're trying. We are a growing city, and we are dealing with challenges due to that accelerated growth. So there is much more work that needs to be done. We're dealing with an outdated transit network, a looming workforce development crisis, and depending on what sector you work in, not so looming, but right now, a housing crunch, and limited ways to lift people out of poverty. Addressing these challenges will require city council members who keep a unified vision of our city top of mind, collectively working towards that goal, but also being responsible for the challenges and issues that they're facing in their respective districts. And that's why I am running to be the first city council member to represent District 1. Don't applaud yet, because that's the last time we're going to call it District 1. It's the Crown District. My man's always running around talking talking about his District 1. I don't want no confusion.
That's
so it's
fair.
just easier.
The best district.
The Crown District, really to be a voice for those in my community who feel they're forgotten, to bring innovative approaches to the challenges that we face, and to help us navigate this historic change for our city. I've worked for a decade at the center of the public-private nonprofit sector, negotiating public-private partnerships, organizing workforce development programs to reshape our workforce, and working on policy issues to move Ohio and our region forward. My guiding principle in life, instilled in me by my parents, has been to seek to create positive change in all that you do. It's how I've chosen the organizations I've worked for, the boards that I've served on, and how I've chosen to live my life. And if chosen by you, the voters, I will be honored to continue that tradition on Columbus City Council as the first city council member to represent District 1. My name is Christopher Wyche. Please call me Chris. And I humbly ask for your support for Columbus City Council.
Woo woo!